Hi guys, what do you think? It's time for some empath self-care. So I'm coming on today, and let me double check that it is letting you know that I am live. So welcome to nightly self-care tips. I'm not sure if everybody's ready for this, but come on in if you are. So this is me, obviously, without any makeup on, without anything on, out of the shower, and this is going to be a self-care tip. So of course, obviously, I just came down here just like this. So this is a little on the crazy side, I know, but I thought, what the heck? I just feel like coming on just like this. I am in the comfy robe, okay? So I've got, you know, the hair that I did not feel like dealing with. And now I am going to talk to you guys about self-care. So I thought, you know what better way to talk to you guys about self-care than freshly clean, right? At least you know I'm not dirty, okay? So we're going to talk really quickly about some things that you guys might not think about, or maybe you do, but you just kind of don't make time for. So, come on in. I am Snuggly Girl. This is my coffee robe that's probably like 20 years old. It's like frayed. You know how you have that favorite robe that you just like can't really get rid of? And I have some matching pajamas, but I'm not wearing them because I never match underneath this kind of stuff anyway. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what to do when you feel overwhelmed, when you've had like one of those weeks where you just really need some self-care, where you feel like you need to get snuggly like this. And I've kind of just come down here, but luckily my desk has some of the things that I would probably bring on camera anyway and talk to you guys about. So I'm getting a few things in front of me right now. If you guys know anybody who is highly sensitive, who's just had a week, who needs this kind of self-care, just go ahead and invite them, because this is a public page. And I'm going to start talking to you guys just a little bit about like what the self-care is. Like, why is she on here in her robe? Like, why am I looking like this? And what is an empath, just in case you don't know? And why do we need self-care? It's very important. So the first thing is, if you are highly sensitive to energy, you will feel energy from other people, and you will feel it in a variety of different ways, okay? So number one, grab your water, whatever kind. This is like hopefully some generic kind, so I can drink it on Facebook. Generic water? Okay, I hope so. Hey Cindy, that's good. Girl, get in your crazy slippers, get whatever you got on, mismatched pajamas, as long as they're nice and comfy, dog hair on them, cat hair, whatever. I don't care. Alpaca hair. Alpacas are awesome. So just grab some water, because that is actually number one tip. Stay hydrated. Here's the crazy thing. If you don't have it in front of you, you might not remember, oh, you know what, I haven't had enough water today. So a couple of things about the empath. The empath is usually very highly sensitive. We may pick up on other energy, whether it is, I'm trying to figure out the best way to tell you guys this, whether we mean to or not. It's almost as if you're going into a room and it's too hot. Hey, that's relaxing too, Emma. It's too hot in the room, or it's too cold, or you feel something and you're not quite sure. You think somebody might have just looked at you wrong, or you think somebody might have just been talking about you, or you feel this really evil energy, or perhaps this not settled energy. But we pick up on a lot of stuff. So when we don't take care of ourselves, and this again is like, I'm basically distilling it down so I can give you some self-care tips. So you can read more on the blog, which I just posted, and it should be coming up right there. There it goes. So when we don't take care of ourselves, we get run down. Our immune system will get run down. You'll start to feel more sick. You'll start to get trapped in that cycle of thoughts about something that's happened, or someone's done something to you, or it just kind of gets a little bit crazy. Now, there are things like this. This is an energy clearing spray. Ooh, that just went everywhere. And this is nice and refreshing, and you can actually make your own by looking up these amber bottles. You can use like a vodka or a gin, I'm serious, in the bottom, or you can use alcohol depending, but like rubbing alcohol, but I like to use mine with a little bit of a citrus blend. You can use whatever you want, or you can just simply look up an energy clearing mist on your internet of choice and pull something up, and they are fabulous. So that's one thing that I actually love to keep around me. Like if I'm going to be around someone and I know that there may not be anywhere for me to go, I may bring that with me. I also love spearmint and peppermint, and you don't actually have to make a mist with those. You can put peppermint and spearmint on your hands, smell. And I do a lot of aromatherapy and yoga too, so you just kind of waft. And I also use some lavender. So that's another, just a quick tip about that. One of the other things that I really like to do, especially if it's been a very, very stressful week, is I like a hot bath. But I'm going to tell you a secret. Hey, Nicola, how are you doing, hon? So I live in an old house, and the bath does not hold water as well as it should. So it kind of leaks out. So I'm like halfway trying to stay warm. I'm not lying, because I wanted to keep the old bathtub. It's cast iron. That was my fault. I wanted to keep it. So my husband and I have devised some system where we literally like put a stopper in. We put like a rag over top of it, and we hold it down just to keep the warm water in. But yeah, so Epsom salts are wonderful for pulling out that negative, and it also helps clean out that lymphatic system and those tired muscles. And my personal favorite is the pink Himalayan salts. So the pink Himalayan salts can be found anywhere. I happen to live near a salt spa, so don't, you know, I know it's crazy, but I love my salt spa. I go up there a couple of times a year, and I'll buy at least 3 bags of the pink Himalayan salt. Because it's just so wonderful. I love it. And I have a pink Himalayan salt candle back there, and of course the salt lamps. So all of that is very good for your system. So yes, Cindy, it does make sense, doesn't it? It's very, like when you're trapped in a certain pattern of energy, or when you've been around someone too long, you literally do, like a sponge, you absorb whatever stuff. The first time I really started noticing that was a family member. So some of the things for your self-care is, if you're around these kind of people, again, you can also have, and I'm lucky, I also have friends who make this stuff, rollers of oil on, and I dab here, and then I can smell. But I've got all of that I can use too. But I love at night just the whole process of self-care. It's very important for you. Lots of thick cream on your skin will help, taking that nice Epsom salt bath, pulling that stuff away. Now, this is the hard part, and I know you're going to laugh because here I am on social media, right? But about an hour to at least 30 minutes before bed, if you can. I'll give you 30 minutes because sometimes even I cheat. So at least give yourself a good 30 minutes. Make sure that you're just having you time. No technology, maybe no TV on, maybe nothing with that, you know, bright light. And cut on your candles if you can. You know, turn your candles on, light your candles, turn on your salt lamps, and just enjoy that feeling of just getting in the bed. Okay, with nothing, no distractions. If you decide that you know, meditate, pray, whatever it is you do, as you're doing that, as you're closing things down for the night, one good thing to do is just to literally visualize all of your energy coming back, all of anything that you've given to other people today basically coming back to you. Because what you don't realize is you probably have given a little bit too much in some instances to other people. You know, it just happens. So I talk a lot about this in my journaling for the empath, which is listed in that 5 self-care tips for the empath. I talk a lot about the layers and how we can do this and how we can use visualization and breathing techniques and all this cool stuff. So I'm going to go over really quickly for you guys. Let me double check. So as an empath, we kind of run the risk of wearing ourselves out and feeling so drained, and as my British friends say, shattered at the end of the day, you know? We sometimes forget where we start and where somebody else ended. We kind of meld, and that's kind of a melding of energies, which is not good. So that's why at the end of the day, when we pull that energy that is ours back to ourselves, when we really shut down and kind of meditate, pray, or whatever it is you do, you know, you just kind of close everything back down and just call all of your energy back in. And one of the things that I personally do that I think helps is, of course, the pink bubble, the nice pink bubble of light and love around you, and knowing that you've done the best to help whoever has come into your path that day. You've done the best that you can, because sometimes as empaths, we give and we give and we give and we give and we give, but pull that back now, okay? And now start to boundary up at night and pull yourself back together, if that makes sense. You know, in my journaling course, I talk about the breathing exercises that help strengthen that magnetic field, because it gives you that greater protection. And the visualization, like I just mentioned, it really helps you. And the last thing is brand new, of course, on the blog, on the very front page, which some of you guys are already aware of. Just on the front page, I give you guys a tip that you should probably use every day. It's called a quick exercise to ground and center yourself. It is on the front page of the blog. You can use that, you can pin it, you can share it, and you just go down the burnhand.com or burnhand.com. I have both. And you play the quick exercise to ground and center yourself, and it's on the very front page of the blog. You can play that whenever you need it, okay? So those are just really some good tips for you guys tonight. One of the things that you can do in your journal, for those of you who need to really get clear on journaling, is write some affirmations. So does anybody here journal or write affirmations? Give me a kind of a thumbs up. I see one thumbs up. So affirmations can guide different moments. Yes. Hi, John. Thank you. Aw, thank you. Yes, this is pretty vulnerable right here, too. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really do. Yeah, last time I needed to tell everybody about my story so that they knew who I was, so that they knew all the things that I've been through, my different diseases and all the research that I did. So, hey, Sean. Yeah, so a couple of things can happen when you're very vulnerable, and when you're very, you know, you're out there, you've just told somebody something, you know, really, 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 you know, just out there, and you put yourself out there. I'm looking up my last thing. So one of the things that I prefer to use, I'm looking to make sure I've got, there it goes, how to protect yourself from negative energy. And I'm going to copy that link for you guys and paste it here too. So if you need to write an affirmation around that, if you feel like you're going to come in contact, you can read that post too. And when you're in that contact with that negative energy, what I want you to do is I want you to think about your affirmation. And your affirmation might be something like, I will not allow the energy of others to affect my peace. I am in control of my reaction. Things like that. And those kind of affirmations can really help you, because what I work to do, and again, and this is the work that I've done in my journal for empaths too, balancing the physical body, balancing the mental body, your spiritual, your emotional, all your thoughts. The disturbances that we feel, it's very necessary that we replenish our stores. we ground, we do all the things that we need to do. So those are just some self-care tips that you guys might need if you feel completely worn out by something that is completely out of your control. Because remember, other people's stuff, no matter how much we want to control it, we can't control it. There's only one thing we can control. One thing. That's our thoughts, ourselves. Yeah. And again, yes, and Sean, you'll know, and then that's the time I want you to drink water. And I want you to, hopefully this is, again, my generic water. Not trying to, like, showcase anyone. I'm not trying to be Vanna White, because Vanna wouldn't be wearing all this. But I hope you guys, drink some tea, some nondescript rose tea, green tea, lavender tea. Use nondescript oils, because I, on Facebook, so I can't say. Use whatever you find, any brand, and just start to take care of yourself. Use, whatever self-care you can. But when you feel your worst, when you've had a bad encounter, or when you've been with somebody whose negative energy just is like a succubus, sucking the life out of you, and then you retreat, take that self-care, because those people are there. So I hope this helped you guys. Oh, and in the club, forgot, because I'm sitting here talking about my water. In the club, we're getting ready to talk a lot about another thing that can help us as empaths, and this is not ever covered, and it's very important. We're getting ready to talk about a week in the club, and we're doing classes on it as well, about holistic, healthy eating, because most of you guys know I'm a big proponent in that after getting, for those of you who watched my last live, which is pinned to the top of the page, about my diseases and how autoimmune really affected my body. One of the number one things that can cause you to flare and stay in pain and hurt is the way that you're eating and the way that you're being. Are you getting exercise? Are you stressed out? Are you releasing the endorphins that you need to release? What kind of neurotransmitter signals is the food in your stomach sending to the brain? If you're eating a lot of sugar, you're going to be setting off that inflammatory response. And if you've been dealing with a lot of stress in your job or high stress people, and you're staying in that state of stress with what you're eating and then those people you're dealing with, that becomes like this vicious cycle. So the club asked me this week again, hey, Amy, would you please do some more on some holistic health? So I was like, okay. So now that doesn't mean I'm coming in your house and I'm going to snatch up your soda and make you drink this nondescript water that I'm drinking. I'm not doing that to you. That's not my job. So my job is, as a kind of mindful coach, is to give you the tools to instill better habits, okay? Completely up to you what you do with that knowledge. So, exactly. So Cindy, just please start taking some self-care measures at night. Remember your teas, your hot teas. Remember your baths, all the cream in the world if you need, And again, I can't stress this enough. Drink your water. So if you guys need help this week and you want more from me, because again, Facebook is changing and I would love to see you in the club because you'll get me. You do have to register. It is there. It is only $11.11 and you get the content for the month. You get to download it. You get to keep it. You get the yoga videos. You get meditation. You get me. You get goals, tutorials. You get that. I just gave my daughter $11 to go ice skating and I didn't get anything back. So, hi Laura. So, if you need anything, please check out all the resources, okay? And if you know somebody who could benefit, I really appreciate you guys sharing. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you being here. So, and thank you so much, Emma. So yeah, the club is really, I'm not there to change your mind on any of your views. The work that we do is very different, but the goal of the club is to give you tools that are accessible to you at all times. at work, in the office, breathing, at night when you've been near, I'm going to make up Aunt Fanny, whoever it is. So thank you, Charity. So this week we're doing another private live in our Head Heart Health Club, and we're going to talk more about these things. It's actually, John, yes, it is. It's 11 a month because each month our content changes. So it's kind of like it's like an online magazine almost, but it's even better. So it's an in-house club where you get everything off my platform that is hosted, and I'll show you that online catalog just in case you're wondering. I have an online catalog, and everybody gets all access to the Head Heart Health Club when they register. So you'll see this and I Need Support, which is the Head Heart Health Club, and it's basically a subscription where you get tutorials, you get videos, you get how to do a neat form of journaling that I feel like I had not ever seen before. Like, I needed it when I was very bad off, and I call that, basically, it's like an affirmation style journaling. So yeah, it is very difficult at first to figure this out. So the club content changes monthly, and there's a group of us who are very, very supportive, very conscious, which means the energy is here. It is not down here. When you come in the club, it is here, which is very good for empaths. It's a clean energy. So everyone is very supportive. So thank you guys. Yeah, and if you need anything, we do have a supportive network. I review and I check in with my members' energy. So I tweak as needed the classes for what's happening in our lives too. So it's just a very, I don't know, I think mostly very empowering, because when you can check in with the members, when you are in that tight knit group, you can empower the members in areas that they might be feeling a little bit low in. So I can put that extra self-care and boost everybody. I hope that makes sense to you. So thank you again so much, guys. Yeah, and if anybody is feeling that they need some of these self-care tips tonight, get your oils out, light the candles, and just take care of you. So that's what I have for you tonight. And enjoy. And if you are just catching me on the tail end, go ahead and watch from the beginning. As soon as I press finish on this, it'll be available for replay. Feel free to tell your friends and check out any of my resources that you want. Thank you again. Mwah. Everybody have a great night, and I am going to go dry my hair. Bye, guys.